day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Seow. Today, I'm going to present to you my paper, Past Analysis of Direct Selling Industry in China. I will walk you through these 5 areas of my paper. First, introduction, followed by literature review, then by methodology, fourth is the result and discussions, lastly, conclusion and recommendation. First, let's look at introduction. In order to better understand this research paper, let's look at the background. China direct selling industry have gone through 4 development stages. Stage 1 is the entry stage, which lasted from 1990 to 1993. The second stage is the exploitation stage, from 1994 to 1998. The third stage is the transformational stage, from 1998 to 2005. Lastly, the fourth stage is after 2005, which we call the rebirth stage. Currently, China is number 2 direct selling market in the world, with a record sales of $19.18 trillion US. Currently, there are 89 licensed direct selling companies in China. In the past 3 years, China have gone through a series of black swan events. There are 2 major black swan events. First is the government scrutiny. Second is the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, we saw the sales in 2019 and 2020 drop by 30% and 20% respectively.
Oh God, please, no! No!
Next, we move on to literature review. We'll look at past analysis that was developed by Yeaw in 1967. It was a well-established external environmental analysis model. It has various extended versions like steep, stir, staple, pastel. It is very useful in strategic management process. It is easily adaptable to various studies and industry. It is still relevant and valid in the 21st century. Appropriate weightage to different past elements can always be assigned. Past analysis, together with Porter 5 forces, SWOT model, used for environmental scanning, can actually be used together for strategy creation. Next, we look at the methodology. The research objective is to understand the current external environment of the China direct selling industry caused by the black swan event. Then to identify challenges and opportunities exist in the industry. Lastly, to offer valuable insights for subsequent strategy development. From there, we develop the problem statement. China has the huge potential to become the biggest direct selling market in the world. However, black swan events like COVID-19 and change in the Chinese government efforts have significantly caused the external environment to change. Direct selling companies need to truly understand the current external environment in order to develop and deploy appropriate strategy. With that, we use the past analysis approach to conduct the external environmental scanning. Next, we move on to result and discussion. First, we look at the political factor analysis. There are 3 key observations. First, in 2019, 13 Chinese government agencies worked together in 100-day operations. The end result, 2 direct selling companies had their license revoked, and several other companies where they conducted malpractice have been severely punished. Since then, the entire industry landscape has changed. There are stricter compliance and governance requirements. Second, due to COVID-19 pandemic and the Chinese government zero COVID policy, it is harder to obtain gathering permits. Without gathering permits, direct selling companies cannot hold big events. Third, the Chinese government had introduced corporate prosperity as the new strategic direction. This policy actually offered an opportunity for direct selling companies to work together with the Chinese government to close the gap of the low-income group. Next, we look at the economic factors analysis. Again, 3 observations have been made. First, the economic crisis caused by the pandemic have actually caused great impact to a lot of businesses in China. This has resulted in lesser disposable household income and increasing demand for seeking income opportunity to compensate the income loss. Second, there are major retrenchment by a lot of e-commerce giants. This has started in 2021 and it will continue in 2022, thus releasing a huge amount of workforce for recruitment opportunity. Third, similar to other countries, China have also suffered from supply chain disruptions caused by the pandemic. On social factor analysis, we have made 4 observations. First, due to COVID-19, it has become increasingly challenging to organize incentive trips, be it international trips or domestic trips. People may not be willing to travel due to the risk of infection. Next, we see a higher online adoption rate. This is particularly obvious when the pandemic hit China and Chinese citizens are required to quarantine themselves in their home, we now see the Chinese are more used to online activities and are more susceptible to online activities. Third, COVID-19 has further elevated the health awareness among the Chinese. Lastly, even though 3 years have passed since the 100-day operation, there still remains some negative public perceptions of the direct selling industry. Last, on the technological factor analysis, technology has made a lot of advancements as we artificial intelligence, big data, cloud services, so on and so on. All these technological advancements have reached a lot of online competitors to direct selling industry. For example, like WeChat merchant, social merchant, live streaming merchant. This has further elevated the intensity of the competition. We move on to the last section, conclusion and recommendation. From this paper, we can draw a conclusion. Since 2019, due to tighter industry scrutiny and COVID-19 pandemic, the industry external landscape has changed significantly. Test model and power strategic executives to get a clearer picture of the present stage. New strategy need to be developed for direct selling companies to thrive in this new environment. There are limited literature on Chinese direct selling companies. Therefore, several new research opportunities arise. Further research can be done in several areas, including the use of AI or big data in direct selling, innovative multi-channel business model, the relevancy of direct selling in the 21st century in view of the latest developments, the effectiveness of relationship selling in view of the rapid development of the e-commerce and live streaming commerce, the effectiveness of online versus offline mega events, and lastly, alternative options for incentive trips during the pandemic. Lastly, I put together some recommendations for strategic executives to consider. These recommendations include direct selling companies need to follow government policy direction very closely. They should revise their strategy based on the government policy. Change the international incentive trip to domestic incentive trip. If possible, instead of doing incentive trips, look for other short-term incentives. Leverage on the higher online adoption rate to organize online events. Offer online selling skill training help direct sellers to adopt the new selling trend. Improve supply chain management. Upgrade the current business digitalizations. Develop and offer more health-related products. And lastly, design innovative business models. This is the end of our presentation. Thank you for your time and your patience. Really appreciate your support for my paper. If you have few other interests, please feel free to reach out to me. My email address is as shown. Thank you and have a great day.